Today we're going to be slaying down the law. Of course, I'm joined with Charles Sanders and Erica Rose. Slaying down the law, presented by No Slack Podcast, powered by Kyber. Today we're going to be solving the world's problems. Is that right? Is that because there's a lot of them? And I need help with it.
There's a lot.
I don't understand. There's a big news story going out there today, right now. Redistricting in Louisiana. Redistricting is, and help me out here for the uninitiated. I'm the uninitiated. The redistricting has to do with congressional districts. Is that right?
Yes, it has to do with voting, and the Supreme Court is going to probably make the decision today. They've started the hearings, and me personally, I'm all for redistricting. I'm looking forward to getting this passed by the Supreme Court, fingers crossed, because we don't know yet whether or not it's going to be passed.
You know, I'm just waiting. I trust the Supreme Court's going to make the right decision on the redistricting.
Yeah.
So whatever they say goes. It's the supreme law of the land.
Yeah, but as an attorney here in Houston, I truly believe that if it does get passed, it will help the situation down here, and as well as Louisiana.
Sure. So what situations would kind of, you know, what warrants a redistricting? Is this something that happens every couple of years, or is it just like, hey, something popped up?
I think it happens when there's a disproportionate amount of judges in the local courts, a disproportionate amount, whether it's too many white ones or too many black ones. You know, Louisiana in Harris County, I can't speak for Louisiana as I'm just a Texas attorney, but I have personally seen this affect the family law court system, and there is racial bias, and I've seen it go both ways. And so I think that we just need to have a fair and equal system in place. And the way it's currently is, it doesn't seem fair, and the way it was before 2018 and also was not fair on the other way. So I think that many cities across the country will be helped by this change. And like he said, we're going to leave this up to the Supreme Court, and I have full faith in everything they do, and I always trust their decisions. But
I got one thing. I just have a thought that popped into my mind. You know, every city in this country, to me, that I go to, at least seems to be a little racially segregated. Whether
not Houston.
Okay, not Houston. Okay, but you know, I've been to like LA, you know, it's pretty segregated. You know, New York is pretty segregated. And most of these, I mean, like most African Americans live in African American areas.
But not Houston.
Okay, not Houston.
But what did you say about Houston?
What would I say about Houston?
It's like the opposite of every other city.
Well, Houston has no zoning, so
Yeah.
they never plan the city. So, you know, there's not like a South Central that all the African Americans are at. They're all over the place. There's no place where there's Hispanics. They're everywhere. There's no place where there's
white.
There's white. They're everywhere.
And there's Asian, there's Hindu, there's Muslim, there's Jewish, there's Buddhist. I'm just saying Houston's a very rare city. It is a truly diverse melting pot. But like Charles said, in Louisiana, I think the reason it's coming up there is I don't spend a lot of time down there. So I checked in with one of my friends who is from there. And she said, yeah, like what he said, that's how it is.
So that's why we might need redistricting, because there could be a higher proportion of white people in an area as opposed to a lower proportion of African Americans. And then that would give the white candidate an advantage.
And just like in Houston,
vice versa. So that's why we need the redistricting.
We really do.
It needs to be rewritten every couple of years because the population with the census all needs to be changed.
It changes. Like, for example, we had a lot of people from Louisiana moved to Houston
during the
Hurricane Katrina that hit New Orleans, and they still keep coming, and that's great. But yeah, that's why maybe it's a big problem in Louisiana, is because a lot of them came here. But either way, like, I think it's great that the Supreme Court is doing this, and I think that people protesting, I don't know if they're lawyers, I don't know if they don't understand exactly what it means, but I'm only speaking on this as a lawyer that works in the court, especially in family law. And that's where I've seen it come up. It doesn't really affect car accidents as much as it does Harris County Family Law Court, specifically Harris County, like not Fort Bend County.
We have clients of every denomination, white, Hispanic, Black, Asian, What am I missing?
I don't think we've ever had an Asian client.
Yeah, we have
family law.
Not for family. I'm talking about car. We've had every type of client. So car accidents have no bias.
They don't.
No matter what race.
Of
you
course.
But for family law, they do. Of course. We know it. We've seen it happen, honey.
Well,
yes, we did.
Yeah, because there's a high probability you're going to be in front of the judge with your client. In a personal injury case, if you know what you're doing and you settle it fast, the client might never go in front of a judge.
Yeah, and the judge has so much more discretion in family law than they do in other types of law. Like family law gives the judge so much discretion. So unless you settle in mediation, it's totally up to the judge. And judges are people too. So sometimes they're going to have some bias. You just never know. You never know.
It is it's a testament to the country as a whole, right? Like, we are this melting pot, and then things happen, like take COVID, for example, where I think Florida saw their population, or maybe it was just Miami specifically, it jumped up something 200%, right? And these congressional, Houston.
Too.
Now that we brought it up, COVID, it was a pandemic. You want to know what a pandemic was? The Black Death. That was a pandemic.
Black Plague.
No, it's called the Black Plague, hemorrhagic, I forgot what it's called, but that killed half of the world's population. That was a pandemic. There would be a party at a king's house, and at 7 o'clock at night, there'd be 20 people there, and by 1 in, everybody would be dead. That's a pandemic. I just had to throw that out.
Suppose what I'm getting at is that these districts, they change. They change sometimes seemingly overnight.
And so that's why the Supreme Court needs to, you're exactly right. They change and they change. And that's why the Supreme Court is here to keep up with the changes, and to roll with the times. And that's it.
So
I remember in constitutional law, the professors are always trying to get all theoretical and make the class a lot more boring than it has to be. I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, so what were you saying, Neil? Because I took an election law class, and so I learned a lot about that with the redistricting. And I'm especially passionate about the homeless population because obviously they're disenfranchised when they're not inside of a shelter.
I remember now what I was going to say. Okay. So professors in constitutional law, they love to add extra theory to it. So one theory that a lot of the constitutional scholars have is that the Constitution is an organic document, that it goes with the times.
Totally.
Some people say that it's an old school document, needs to be interpreted the way the people interpreted it in 1776, but we can't do that. So the Constitution is an ever-living animal that keeps growing with the times. Therefore, we need the Supreme Court every couple of years to do the redistricting and rework laws that were obsolete 50 years, that are now obsolete.
And I just have one
valid
to
50
add
years ago.
is the best Supreme Court justice was my sorority sister, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. No, we weren't there at the same time, but
oh my
she
God.
was an 85 just like me.
I have a coffee mug with
God
her face on
rest
it.
her soul, but ever since she passed, there was never any problems when she was there. And so I don't know enough about these new Supreme Court justices like Amy. There's that one that everyone finds controversial, this Amy Coney Barrett or whatever her name is. And she's no Ruth Bader Ginsburg, let's be truthful. There's only one RBG. And so I think she really did a great job of keeping things fair. She might have been white and she also was Jewish, but she definitely cared a lot about minority populations. And so ever since she passed away, you never heard people questioning the Supreme Court while she was alive. Never.
Sure. Yeah, it really is. It comes down to representation, right? It's something where it's as long as, because that is what Congress is in a nutshell, right? Is just making sure that everybody's represented to some degree, and even if you have.
And I do think the Supreme Court is fair that way. There's white people, there's black people.
Checks and balances. That's what makes our country great. I know. Sure. I was watching a video where this Marine sniper, he's always giving his opinions. He's this African American guy with long brown hair, badass dude, man, has 22 confirmed kills, and he was saying a civil war is coming. I'm thinking, why?
Why they keep
is there
saying
a civil
that?
war coming?
That ain't gonna happen.
We have the right to disagree about everything. That's what we have, that right in this country.
Right.
I have to throw that out there.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. That is kind of the beauty of being able to have discourse, right? You may not be able to agree with everything that somebody says, but at the same time, you can have that conversation.
And I think that what really needs to happen is information, this type of information. That's why we're putting it out there.
Sure.
Is there's people out there protesting, running around saying this is racist, but it could be racist at both people. They need to be educated that
Sure.
This is not a racist thing. This is the Supreme Court doing their job, and that's it. And some people are really crazy to think like, oh, Donald Trump. No, he doesn't control the Supreme Court. Like, no.
There's a system called checks and balances.
Yeah, exactly. He was just saying.
I guess
so,
people.
It's not as much.
Remember that song? Remember that cartoon? How a bill becomes a law.
Of course, it's classic.
It's a bill. And now I'm going to go to the president's office.
I don't remember it sounding
remember
like
that.
It's a song, right? I'm just a bill.
Yeah,
yes, I'm only a bill.
That's funny.
I guess people get a little tripped up. They get a little concerned, right? Because, the president, no matter who the president is, like they have a tendency to.
You never heard them complaining let's just say it, like when Obama was president, we weren't having these conversations.
Sure. But at the same time.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Oh my God. We're gonna get some nasty comments for this.
No, I'm just being honest. Like, did you hear us having these conversations? Oh, this is bad. No.
I guess it's the appointment, right? It's the appointment of, and I'm not getting at anything. I'm trying to drive this away from any sort of political spectrum, but
Well, I'm saying like the same thing happened with abortion, and that's not a racial issue. So It's just like, it just is what it is. Like,
when I was in law school, my ex-wife would always say, her name is Erica, by the way.
Not me.
Not her.
Not this hoe.
Oh, he's got a type.
She was telling me, like, when I was taking constitutional law and law school, she's like, they're going to repeal Roe versus Wade. And I was like, oh, come on. They're never going to repeal, like, a paradigm law. Oh, shit, they did. Excuse my language.
And you know what? As a female, like, I'm personally okay with that. Because I've never had an abortion, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay that women can go to another state and get one, and like I'm personally okay with that, and I don't think it's racist. I think it applies with all women equally, and it's a state issue, and that is what it is. Just so similar with redistricting, like it's a state issue, but the Supreme Court is there to make it up. Because like you said, it's not a problem down there in New Jersey. My friend Jess, we were just talking to her last night. She lives in Jersey also.
Yeah.
It's a pretty it's like Italian, it's Jewish.
Right, what you should do? I need you to go to a store and buy me 2 dozen bagels, freeze those things for 2 days, and ship them down.
I'd love to.
Y'all make the best bagels.
Jersey has better bagels.
Oh my God,
bagels
those bagels.
We're a bubble.
They're so good.
Jersey really is a bubble. Erica, to your point, it really is kind of a bubble because I see these things happening around the world, around the country or whatever, and I'm just like, Jersey stays the same. It really does.
Now I want a big fat New Jersey.
We were at a wedding in Princeton, New Jersey, but I don't remember where that bagel shop was.
We just went to a local deli.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It's the water.
We make the bagels here. They make the bagels in the back, and he said the key is the water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, there's places that'll get it shipped out to the, like, they'll get the water. Excuse my accent. The water.
They ship the water.
So, like, I spent a lot of time in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. What part of New Jersey are you in?
I'm in South Jersey. I'm right outside of Philly, in Camden County.
So are you
near Princeton?
Are you an Eagles fan?
Yeah, huge Eagles fan. Yeah, to my own detriment. Okay. Yeah.
So you're like a Philly, Jersey dude.
Yeah, where I live
where's like Franklin Lakes in comparison to where you live? That's where my girl Jess lives.
No, Princeton is probably about. It's like maybe like an hour from me.
Yeah, because like when we were in Princeton, my friend Jess was like, that's further from her. She lives where all like the Real Housewives in New Jersey live.
Yeah, so that's like North Jersey. Like they might call it Central Jersey.
I should have stayed a couple more days.
Yeah, like we love New Jersey. That's like our thing.
South Jersey is like
from
where
New York
a lot of
originally.
farms are and stuff.
I'm from New York originally and love it there because here when I talk, everyone's like, "You're screaming." But when you go to New York, I can barely hear what she's telling me, and she's sitting right there.
I
don't scream.
We have one volume. Hey.
No, when we went to Erica shot something. I don't know why I'm saying this on the podcast. Why not? But Erica shot something in New York, so we went and we stayed at the Plaza. And you know who was my guide through Manhattan for the day? My 8-year-old daughter at the time. She's like, I want to go here. She took me around Manhattan. She came up with the itinerary. She wants to go to the ice cream factory where it's a 5-story building and ice cream in every room. By the 5th room, the kids are like, no more ice cream.
And
then we went to the M&M. But then we went to the M&M museum, which was really just the biggest.
You can't forget the Jelly Cat Diner.
Get there. So I must have bought 50 pounds of M&Ms, and we still have them at home. And then we went to this place called the Jelly Cat Diner. It's an FAO Schwartz where they act like they're making like a pancake, but the pancakes is stuffy.
Well, my favorite part of the trip was when they were going to go to Ellis Island, and Chuck wanted to go find his his grandpa or whatever, like his name on the little thingy.
Yeah.
His grandpa was a head fireman, Grandpa Bill, and Chuck's mom, we thought her maiden name was Yonks. Chuck was like running around trying to find the last name Yonks, and she's like, it's not going to be under Yonks, it's under Yablanca.
Really?
So like, we just found something new about his family's history. Yablanca. Like, that's his genetics.
All right, well, let's get back to politics.
Chuck doesn't have
Let's get back to topics.
Well, I thought that was interesting.
It is super interesting.
Well, you were talking about the Jellycat Diner, so I thought going to the Statue of Liberty and like Ellis Island. Because that ties into immigration and
of
all
course.
that.
Remember, everybody, my parents immigrated, my great-grandparents immigrated here the right way. They came on a boat to Ellis Island. They actually stayed at Ellis Island for about 6 months before they let them out. Gave them new names and sent them
I don't know why they was always changing their names.
Yeah, they would.
Like,
Yeah,
why?
because it was Yablanca, so they came up with. So they're like Yonks. That's their name.
No, they came in as Yablanca. Your mom changed it to Yonks.
No, they did.
Girl, she's told me this story 100 times. Your grandpa's last name was Yablanca.
They did that to my family. My last name is Pimento, but it was Diamaiuto. And
so you are Italian.
Yeah. Sicilian.
Diamaiuto.
I thought you looked Irish. So
I got Scandinavian too. On my mom's side,
so
Scandinavian.
My last name became Rose, but Chuck thinks my original last name was
Rosen. What is it again?
It's like Rosenswag, like
Rosenswag.
It's German.
Yeah,
he's
I like
Rosenswag. I'm like, no, it's like German, so it's pronounced like Rosen, like SW, like Svag or whatever. I can't even say it. So thank God my grandfather changed it. I would not have wanted that last name. I wouldn't have even known how to say it.
Well, that was the thing. Yeah, a lot of times if they couldn't, because the handwriting, right? There was a lot of, it was all handwritten.
Yeah.
So
my grandfather was just smart, and he's like, Rose.
We do want to throw this out there. We just received, we had a horrible bus crash accident where these kids, it was a drive-in daycare center. So imagine you would drop your son off at a daycare center, and this daycare center's only job was to transport your kid to school, pick them up, and take them home. And you pick them up at the end of the day. Well, unfortunately, there was a horrible bus crash. The kids weren't strapped in, and we read the electronic data recorder. We've talked about that before. That's what tells you everything that happened in the car. She increased her speed from 37 to 41 before impact, and the kids weren't strapped in, and they hit the ceiling. They suffered traumatic brain injuries. One child had a broken leg. So me and us and our co-counsel settled it for $7.5 million. So, if you are injured in a bus crash at all, with children, don't hesitate to give the Rose Sanders Law Firm a call.
At 713-221-3773.
3773.
Brought to you by the Rose Sanders Law Firm.
Beautiful.
Slaying
the little gavel. I love it.
And what's been going on, there's something new that's been bothering me. I have to talk about it.
Please.
I'm really upset with what's going on with the immigration down here in Houston.
Sure.
We've been having some criminal incidents in our neighborhood. None of them are being done by immigrants. None of them. I've been working with the police department, literally. And then meanwhile, I see the police, our neighbor Peter, he works in like video surveillance.
We see ICE taking some nice, hardworking gardener that does our lawn.
Yeah. No, not our gardener. This was not Jose. They came by. Peter showed me a neighbor we don't know. It was not his gardener. He was hired to be a contractor building onto one of our neighbor's house. And Peter showed me the surveillance. And I went down to City Hall and I talked to the police department. I was like, why are you guys like doing this? Like, you're not finding the criminals that was trespassing in many of our yards, stealing these Amazons, popping up all over the place. And the criminals, they weren't Latino, let's just say. And the Supreme Court passed a law saying that they were allowed to target Latino people. They even came to question our children's babysitter, who is a U.S. citizen, and she's here in nursing school. Like, it's terrible what's going on. And so, like, in New Jersey, you probably don't see it. I saw it happening when I was in L.A., but I didn't realize what a terrible thing it was that's going on when they're arresting these hardworking people that are just here working.
Yeah, arrest the illegal
criminals. And they're letting these, like, thugs from, like, Louisiana, literally. That's
is it really that big of a deal if you're not a full American
citizen? Who cares?
When you're a hard worker, you work from 8 to
still spending money.
Texas was originally, Texas was originally part of Mexico.
Sure.
We all know, like, the story of the Alamo. Like, never forget the Alamo. So, like, Latinos have as much of a right as we do. Like, my family's only been in Texas for like 30 years.
They got more of a right to be here than most white people.
Yes. And so, like, we're really upset. I guess we have nothing to do with this, but I never really noticed what was going on. And I saw it happening in LA over the summer, but now that I've been seeing it, I'm just not happy about it. I'm really unhappy. I hope Governor Abbott makes a change about it because his wife is an immigrant. I know he's like really supportive of like good, hardworking citizens or even ones that aren't legal, but just like the bad ones needs to go. But I think they should be deporting bad criminals back to Louisiana also. Like, even if they're American, like, let's deport these hoes back to Louisiana. I'm not kidding. That's what I want to do. I want to deport other people.
Yeah, the whole situation, it happens here. It happened to somebody I know
really?
that I used to work with. I worked in restaurants for a long time before I started doing this.
I'm really upset about it.
I remember one time I was working at a car, and this was like 1998. My dad got me a job working at a car wash.
Sure.
And then one Sunday, ICE comes. I don't know if it was called ICE back then, but
I don't even think they had ICE back then.
But the immigration came and took about 75% of the workers at the car wash.
Yeah, that's
what are they doing?
That doesn't sit right with me. It's one thing to be like, okay, you know what?
Like, these people are working hard in 100-degree temperatures, cleaning everybody's cars, and then the immigration comes. Why don't you go to the bad areas and find the criminals?
What happened to the right of
them?
So actually, okay, I'm actually glad you're here because walk me through this. What happens to the right to a fair trial at that point? What separates a kidnapping?
I don't really know, but they were.
What ISIS
I don't know. I don't want to say. I mean, one thing I've learned from practicing law is you don't know every answer, and it's okay to say I don't know.
I do know a little bit. Have you heard of Kilmar Abrego Garcia? That was happening up in your area. So he's like an alleged gang member, but there was all this stuff about him in the news a few weeks ago.
The MS.
Yeah, Kilmar.
Oh, is he from? The guy from Maryland.
I know you heard about it. Yeah, he's from like from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah,
so that's been in the news. So there are exceptions like that, and that could do if he's white, if he's black, if he's whatever. It doesn't matter. If someone's a criminal, they're
about his crimes and the fact that he's running a car.
What I don't like is that the Supreme Court made it legal, or some Congress made it legal to come and like our friend Mickey. He is a retired lawyer that's been out there working in his yard for fun. Like he's gotten really.
And sometimes he looks like a Hispanic.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think they can deport him.
He made up a joke. He's saying that he's excited for them to come by and question him because he's like, that's gonna be funny. But it's not really funny when we saw the video that our friend sent us of them bothering our other neighbor's contractor. We don't know what happened. We've been alerting, we alerted people's wives about it and things like that work in the neighborhood. Because it's not okay. And I told this to the police. I was like, we don't have, I'm not going to give away where we live on air, but we live in a place of Houston that has its own police department. So that's why I'm not sitting around with HPD. I'm talking with our people. Mm-hmm. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, it's really distressing to me that these criminal incidents happen in our neighborhood and the people that they haven't found these criminals. One of them jumped a fence. And here they are harassing hardworking employees. This happened just a couple weeks ago, so it was very hurtful to see it happening. And I have a lot of empathy, and it's just that's fucked up. And I do think a big problem is that Trump, down where he is, in Mar-a-Lago, there's not the same type of demographics.
My grandparents live in Palm Beach. Mm-hmm. There's nothing but old Jews in Palm Beach.
No, and but in Florida, there's a bunch of Cubans.
Yeah, it's a huge Cuban population.
Of course.
So yeah, Trump doesn't understand what's going on down here in Houston. I want him to come down here like I do. I want him to come and see what's up down here. He needs to come out. Our friend Tillman Fertitta has now been appointed. He is my friend. He is now the U.S. ambassador to Italy. So I don't know if Trump's going to come down here anytime soon because he just might.
His liaison is Tillman.
Yeah, but the point is I want Trump to come down and be like, look what's going on. Our Latino population is amazing. And it's these other demographics that are responsible for all the crimes.
Her brother was running for city attorney.
Harris County attorney.
And if there had been better redistricting,
he would have
won that election.
Now he moved off to Colorado. He moved to Colorado. Well, the first time, no. The girl that beat him was just more qualified. But the second time, yeah.
Second time, yeah.
Do you think it would make a difference if he saw what was going on?
I do. I want to invite him to come to Houston. Hi, Donald Trump. Come down here. You would love some of the I don't know, which restaurant would he like? I don't even like any of them. What restaurant?
I don't know.
We'll take you down to Steak 48. I'm like him. I eat my steak well done with ketchup, so we can order that together. And I want to show them what's going down in Houston. We have a huge
Every
economy,
time she orders
a lot of oil
it makes
money.
it well done. I'm just.
It is really gross though. The other day it came out nasty.
Like it's because it's so burned that even the best steakhouse in the world wouldn't be able to cook a good, well done steak.
Yeah, but Trump hasn't came down to Houston because it is a Democratic city, regardless. Like Dallas is a Republican city, and I want him to come down here. Like we're having a lot of problems in Houston. Like honestly, like he needs to come here. Like he does. There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of oil barons and things like that, and they're not happy with shit. And so I want him to come. Like, hello, come down. It's not even that far from Florida. Like, come on, come to Houston.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it would do some good. You know, it's when you kind of get stuck in an echo chamber of the same kind of people that are saying yes, yes, yes all the time. You know, it can kind of become one of those things where it's just not. You're not going to see the world for what it is, let alone the country for what it is, right?
It's, for me, being bi-coastal and living in LA and Houston, they're very, very different.
Of course.
Very different.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
You're in the Republican camp.
No, but Houston is not Republican.
I'm talking about the state.
But I'm talking about Houston, boy. I'm not talking about, like, all of Texas.
Oh, okay.
I know what you mean, though. I get it. PA.
Dallas is not Houston.
Okay, girl.
Yeah, girl, but Dallas is not Houston.
Philadelphia is predominantly there's some pretty right wing.
Houston is very Democratic,
but
Dallas
PA
is very Republican.
Yeah.
When people think
Austin's
of Texas,
Austin's very Democratic.
Not anymore.
Right.
Governor Abbott lives there, and he's a Republican.
Yeah, but
when people think of
they're liberal, they're more liberal in Austin.
When people think of Texas, they think of Dallas, which I am a big Dallas Cowboys fan. Dak Prescott, he's my favorite. Chuck used to always talk shit at me, being like, "You can't even name the Dallas Cowboys." Well, guess what? Now I can. Anyways, I'm a Dallas person. I'm much more of a Dallas girl than a Houston girl. Yes,
I know they lost this weekend.
But I am thinking that the Houston Rockets will be good this year.
Yeah, somehow we have a geriatric Kevin Durant on our team now.
He's chasing at this point. I don't know. He's going the same route that Russell
Houston's
Westbrook
not
is.
the right place to chase a ring.
No, I don't know
what
he's.
All I know is like that the Cowboys, Dallas is like what you think of when you think of Texas. It's like Dallas Cowboys, cheerleading, that's Texas. Houston is like Louisiana, it's like New Orleans, it's really a weird ass place. Like
I do want to give a shout out to my alma mater, Texas A&M. We are 6-0 and number 4 in the country, and we have held the last 4 opponents to the last 3 opponents have picked up 3 first downs. The first time since 1933 in SEC history that the Aggies defense has had that type of streak of third down defense.
That's rock solid.
Maybe you should say like gig 'em.
But we suffer from what you call battered Aggie syndrome because A&M has so much money. We have just as much money as UT, Ohio State, all the big time schools that have won 10 national championships. We're the only school that hasn't won anything since 1939. And that's what people use against us and say they can't win. Why? Because we haven't won. Maybe we can. We'll see if this Elko guy works out.
And I don't even know anything about college football because when I went to Emory University, we don't have a football team.
Yeah, the Camden County Community College sports programs were probably I don't know if they existed.
Yeah.
They might have been.
Yeah. I was into high school football, but and then I liked the Dallas Cowboys, and that's it.
Very cool. Well,
now what are we else talking about? Because I feel like we really went off topic.
You're good.
Oh, yeah,
I got a segue right here for you because we're talking.
Okay,
football.
let's let him segue.
All this football, you know what I mean? It brings up another kind of hot button issue, I guess, depending on who you are. The halftime show. When did the halftime show become such a problem?
I like Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Like, what's the problem with Bad Bunny?
What's the problem? Like,
what's the problem?
I don't understand
NFL want
the
Taylor
issue.
Swift to do it?
No, I don't understand the issue. Like, I really like Bad Bunny.
Like, who cares? What's so wrong? Well, I don't care.
The biggest complaints I've
I knew they were
seen.
coming, but it didn't bother me at all.
This is my favorite Bad Bunny
Good
song.
for Bad Bunny for getting the gig.
I like the song that's like Titi me pregunto. It's saying like he's asking his aunt, like the aunt's asking him if he has like a lot of girlfriends, and he's like, I have more than one girlfriend. I don't know, it's a really good song.
Beautiful.
What about there's something I want since we're talking about songs?
Do you like that?
We're talking about songs.
This is Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about another song.
Okay.
So you want to talk about songs? So what do you think about Taylor Swift's new song, "Would"?
I can't even be bothered to have an opinion about anything Taylor
Swift. It's so
Swift
funny.
does.
It's about Travis Kelce.
It sure is, pal. Yeah, the whole
And I listened to the song, and my girls are in the car,
and you wanted to tell them, like they had no idea. No, Chuck, you did.
I didn't want to tell them, but the way she sings it, you can't. A little girl wouldn't necessarily know what she's talking about.
And Chuck's like, guys, like we were driving to get our cat.
That's why I need a son, baby.
Yeah, we were driving to get our cat, and he's like, you guys, did you know this is about like a penis? I'm like, babe, you're not trying to teach this to our kids. Like, no.
Maybe not the time to have the talk.
You actually was. He actually was.
You can also transition into anything that I could talk about car accidents, even though you did get that one good clip.
I did, and we're going to get some more. We're going to get ad content for sure after this. I just wanted to touch on this for a little bit just because we were talking
down
football.
The loss, though.
Nah, this is not like car accident hour with Chuck.
You're good. We'll definitely get some we'll get some ad content for sure. I was going to do like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Of this.
And let's let him talk.
And then you got
I'm done talking.
And then I got a whole list of
So what's your opinion about Bad Bunny and like why is there all this problems with him?
So everything I've read about this is there's one huge issue that people seem to have with it, and it's that he doesn't speak English. And to me, it seems very like I don't care about that. First of all. Second of all,
I don't care at all.
The NFL is clearly trying to grow the game. I mean, you guys are just talking about your NFL fandom and everything. Like, how many
games
why they
have games
London
in Mexico every year? They have games in Europe.
Also, that's racist because every year we've had either a white or a black performer, and I think that's beautiful that they're finally having a Latino one. And he does speak some English. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah, like it's not
yes, he does. Like the same amount. I speak really good Spanish, but. The point is, he does. And I think that Rihanna was very inappropriate when she performed and, that was really tacky, in my opinion. Sorry. Sure. But the point is, girl, it's time for someone new. And I think Bad Bunny is a great choice. I'm a huge fan. And who is the one that's mad about it? Who?
It's just people that are looking for an issue. They want to have an issue with pretty much everything.
I think it's beautiful to show some support for the Latino community after ICE has been, destroying them.
1,000%, Erica.
Bad Bunny. I know Todd doesn't know Bad Bunny.
And good for Bad Bunny for getting the Super Bowl gig.
Oh, it's amazing. It's such a win-win. They got the NFL landed the world's biggest music star.
He is amazing.
He's the number one artist in the world.
We need to go to a Bad Bunny concert. Yeah.
The NFL doesn't look. Roger Goodell, he wants her. It's gonna happen.
Bad Bunny's a boy, babe.
He wants him. It's gonna happen. We can everyone can complain all they want, but Roger Goodell, they used to call her Dictator Goodell. He made the choice. It's happening. Too bad. What are people?
And I want to hear people protest. Let's have them protest about that instead of redistricting.
Well, there's I mean, you're in luck because Turning Point is gonna have their own halftime show that's on a separate
that nobody's gonna watch.
Who the hell is gonna watch that?
By the way, who's performing at Turning Point's halftime show? Have they even said?
Lara Trump.
Who?
Lara? Is that how
is it gonna be
Laura? Barron's the man.
No,
Barron Trump.
He didn't say Barron. He said Lara.
Lara.
You're talking about Barron Trump.
No,
he's the man.
Yeah. No, Lara.
I
Trump,
mean,
Lara
I would also be down for the 9 Inch Nails collaborating.
We go to a concert in Anaheim for 9 Inch Nails. I can't wait to hear Atticus Finch and Trent Reznor again. They're amazing.
That's gonna be awesome, man. That's awesome.
But yeah, we're excited about Bad Bunny. Honestly, I've been bored with the recent concerts. They're vulgar, they're gross. I think Bad Bunny is cool and he's fun and he's he brings in a really great flavor. And so I just think it's gonna be good. This is the first time since Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson that I'm actually gonna tune into that.
Remember the wardrobe? Do you remember the wardrobe?
I was there in person.
Do you remember the wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, I do.
People made it
I missed it.
I actually was at that Super Bowl too.
I was there too. Where I didn't see you.
Well, I was there with a girlfriend.
I was there with my dad.
Okay.
What could have been? It would have been.
I saw Shaq at the Super Bowl. I saw Shaq at the Super Bowl.
We were in college.
He was sitting about 20 feet down, but you could clearly see it was Shaq.
It's hard to miss.
You see this wallet right here? See how it's you see this texture?
Sure.
He had a full Louis Vuitton suit in leather.
Oh my.
Tie, 3-piece Louis Vuitton.
I think you need to get one of those things.
I don't even and they had to custom make it for Shaq so big.
Yeah.
But how pimp would that be? An entire suit looking like a big piece of luggage.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But honestly, some people are also being bitchy about Bad Bunny because they said he sometimes likes to dress like and wear like a wig, and who cares? Like, so that's not only about him being Latino. They're also complaining. I heard that he like my husband's gonna be wearing a wig for Halloween.
Yeah,
he's wearing a hot pink wig.
Such a great point.
And so like people like that's the difference of LA versus like other cultures. That's like very normal for guys to like wear wigs and like wear makeup, and that's like a really normal thing to do.
Sure.
Like one of our daughters was like trying to stop my husband from wearing a wig, and like we got this hot pink wig. They're dressing up as the K-pop demon hunters. We all tried it on, and it just happened to look the best on him. I'm sorry, but it did.
That's the way it
goes.
Holland's
like, my daughter was like, they're gonna think daddy's a transgender. I was like, they're not gonna think that. Like he can wear, a man can dress as a wig. I've never had the desire to dress as a man. I just don't want to.
Me dressing up as a woman for Halloween might piss people off.
On one of our first dates, he let me do his mascara because he has really good eyelashes.
That's just fun.
So I'm just saying, like, Bad Bunny does that too, and people get
and
mad
I
about
used
it.
to bite my nails, and I still bite my nails, and
Me
my
too.
ex-wife is like, let's put on some acrylic nails on you so you can stop biting.
And that's about the ex-wife, babe.
So, yeah, my ex-wife. So apparently, like, she told me once they grow out, you gotta take them off. But I never took them off, and I went to my parents' house, and my stepsisters were making fun of me. But I got my nails to grow.
He still comes with me to the nail salon all the time. Now he just sticks to pedicures.
I don't blame you. First of all, let's get something straight. There's nothing wrong with being pampered.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with bad, like rock stars throughout the ages of time, like Kiss, everyone, they've worn makeup, they've worn like eyeliner, guy liner, whatever.
Right.
Like we went to a Tom Sandoval concert. He's a big fan of the guy liner. That's what we called it.
Right.
The guy, men wear eyeliner. Guy.
Hey, he's actually quite good.
Oh
like,
yeah, he
did a Pearl Jam song where he sounded just like Eddie Vedder.
Nice.
I was like,
he is a talented dude. That Tom.
I agree 1,000%. You could roll out the cadavers of Aerosmith out there, and they're still going to be wearing makeup and, you know, the scarves and stuff like that. And somehow that's going to be more masculine.
I don't think that.
I mean, Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, they've said it themselves. They're lucky to be alive.
But do you think that Bad Bunny's going to get? They won't change it. Like he's still performing.
Oh,
right?
100%. I think they'd be crazy.
Yeah, like there's no one better they can get.
Yeah.
Like,
Roger Goodell could give 2 Fs.
I feel like people want it to
about
be like
what people think.
I feel like the NFL would want it to be, or the people like the Karens of the world. Like we need a term for male Karens. Like what can we call the male Karens?
Chad, isn't it?
Yeah, like Chad? The Karens and Chads would probably want like Luke Combs to, and I've been to Luke Combs and he's great, but like he would be great for like the Turning Points version, like get Luke Combs up in there,
1,000%.
someone like that, like a or whoever that other country dude they like. I like Luke Combs. I went to his concert. His cover of like that was like you got a fast car.
Fast car.
I loved his cover. Yeah, that was even better than the OG version. But I'm just saying, like, who do they need? Like, who? Like, who's that other country? Morgan Wallen. They need Morgan Wallen performing. That's who they need.
But it only strikes a certain demographic. Like, I'm not getting it. Yeah, like, I'll watch
and
it.
And besides, Taylor Swift would like, I could see Taylor Swift, she would like Bad Bunny. And she would, like, pop up on stage with Bad Bunny. She's cool like that. I
wouldn't be surprised to see, like, a collab.
Surprise,
would love that.
Surprise, Travis Kelce's retiring after this year. He's probably why keep playing? I'm married. I'm getting married to a billionaire.
Well, look what happened to Giselle and Tom. When he came out of retirement, she divorced him.
Yeah, because he came back.
And she divorced him.
Travis is he's thinking retirement at this point. He's making so much money doing.
I'm making $30 million. I got 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And I'm marrying Taylor Swift, and she's worth $1 billion.
And he's successful too.
He's successful too. So why?
And plus, he has an amazing penis. According to her.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Well, of course, that's like you and Jared sitting around talking about your penises. Like y'all are always doing that.
What did Jason Kelce's podcast? He said it'd be a bush.
Okay.
If the song is about him.
God.
Okay.
The Kelce brothers.
Well, all I know is Chuck and his dad and his stepbrother are always sitting around talking about their penises.
No, we're not. Don't make a clip of this.
Hell yeah, dude. Just
they do it.
Talking hog,
especially
dude.
your dad and you.
While we're at it, I have a long tongue. Check it out. So I get all kinds of different gifts.
I love it, man. All right, cool. Let's do. Speaking of gifts, let's do
a giveaway.
Ad content. Yeah, giveaways. Yeah. Why don't
let's do some ad content.
We'll do some ad content.
You got that children's court. You got that bus wreck thing already. You got that.
Yeah. I'm gonna because that was a little. I'm gonna clip that and what is going on with my cable?
Babe, why don't we announce that I got Super Lawyer again in 2025?
Did you?
Yes.
You got
Super
Lawyer?
Yes, babe, I've showed you. I got Super Lawyer again, Rising Star 2025, babe. I nominated Chuck for
I didn't get it.
2026. You don't know, babe. We're saying 2025.
Oh, yeah.
I got it 2023, 24, and 25. So I think that would be a good announcement. Look, you just type in Erica Rose, super lawyers, type that in. It takes you to the page. And I've gotten Rising Star from 2023 to 2025.
Wow.
So congratulations to me and our law firm.
What does that
What
does that entail? Do they send you anything for that?
It entails like you have to be voted. It's a pretty good award to have. What I'm starting to realize.
No, Chuck.
I'm gonna say
you better not say something rude because you didn't get it.
No.
You better not be a hater. I nominated you.
But the reason why I feel like
it's a popularity contest.
They want you to pay for their expensive ads.
But I never do that.
I feel like it costed me.
No, it didn't. That's not why you didn't get it.
Is it because I didn't go online and update?
No, don't be a sore loser.
Why didn't I get it?
Because you're not as popular as me. It's like homecoming queen. I'm sorry. He was not that guy in high school. He's not going to be.
It'd be tough. Don't ask me.
If you Google
I wouldn't
me,
be
it
able to
calls
pick
me
between
Erica
the
Rose's
two.
husband.
Yeah, like when you Google it, like, and I'm the one nominating him. So if you're insulting super lawyer, that's not going to get you the.
You can't bite the hand
It's a
that feeds you,
wonderful,
pal.
prestigious moment, and I did nominate my husband. He deserves it. Yes, he does. So I nominated you. He's been gaining his popularity, and I've been really working on it for him. So I think that he deserves to win it this time.
There we go.
Okay.
A ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's talk trucks. It seems so weird to take this left field into.
Now let's talk about truck accidents.
I know. Chuck's been.
And I'm going to let you guys do this one without
trucks,
me.
Dude.
All right.
Hi. Chuck can take over.
She's going to get up and go to the
So I'm not going to the bathroom. That's like really rude. So my nickname for him is Chuck the Truck, but he's an 18-wheeler truck because he's unstoppable.
That's right.
In the courtroom.
Absolutely. What's the difference between a truck accident and a car accident? What makes them different?
Well, number one, the injuries are much, much more severe than truck accident. Number two, truck accidents, critical information could disappear, and you need a lawyer. Could disappear at the time of the accident. You need a lawyer to secure them. Like you have to send out a spoliation letter and tell them, hey, preserve the truck, park it in a lot. I'm sending my expert to inspect it and get all the data before you delete it. And drivers of commercial truck drivers are held to a higher standard of care than regular drivers. That's the three main differences.
Awesome. Why are truck accident insurance claims so complicated?
Because they're high policy limits. I think the minimum in Texas for a commercial vehicle is $500,000 per person. So when you're dealing with that much money, the only way the plaintiff or the claimant is going to get the money is they have to have medical bills that are exceeding that amount. So then you're going to have defense attorneys eyeballing everything, looking at every single charge, every single bill, hiring experts to say the bills are unrelated, because the higher the policy limits, the harder they defend it. So truck accidents, commercial accidents, it doesn't have to be an 18-wheeler, it could be a vehicle for a business. You know, those cases are more complex due to the higher policy limits, more doctors, more providers, more treatment, and they defend them harder.
Does that have anything to do with the fact that sometimes truck accidents are just, inherently more violent than a car accident?
Yeah, that's what I said before. The injuries are much, much more severe. And critical information can disappear at the time of the accident. You need a lawyer to secure it. Like like we talked about the electronic data recorder before. That is like the black box of the car, of the truck. Like I told you in that case where we got the 7.5, we found out on the data recorder that she hit the gas and accelerated before the collision. You know, so like that's the thing about truck accidents is the injuries are more severe. And the critical information will disappear. You need a lawyer to secure them, and most important, they're commercial drivers. There's national agencies that regulate the amount of time they could drive, how long. That's why there's truck stops, and you see all those trucks parked. You know, we get their log books, we look at it. So it's more complex than the typical minimum limits $30,000 rear end case.
Awesome.
If you have been injured in a truck accident, that's not your fault, though, and hesitate to give the Rose Sanders Law Firm a call at 713-221-3773. We are not a number. You are not a number to us. We are not a factory. We give you individualized one-on-one attention, and we only get paid if we collect for you.
So how much does a lawyer get from a car accident settlement in Texas?
Well, how much the lawyer? Well, it depends on how much it settles for, and it depends on how much your contingency fee is. The typical this community standard for a case does not have a lawsuit filed is 33%, a third. But if you file a lawsuit, it becomes 40% because you have expenses and costs go up.
Beautiful. What you know what? One more that isn't listed here, but just because it always helps to talk about what do you guys call them? Contingency fees.
Yeah, I'll say contingency fee. A lot of people don't know this, but you do not have to pay us up front. We will pay for everything ourselves, the cost of treatment, your medical records. We will only get paid if we collect monetary recovery for you. Let's say you started at our office and you treated for 6 months and accrued $60,000 in medical bills. And then it turned out that we couldn't collect or we lost the case. You would owe us no money. We would be the ones that took the loss. But if we do collect, you owe us money. So if you don't have money and you get into a car accident, you don't have to worry about coming up with money up front. We'll spot you. We'll spot everything. No risk to the clients at all. The worst case scenario is if you lose the case, the doctors that I've sent you to will waive their bill. They won't be happy, but it's a cost of doing business. They knew that when they took the PI case. A lot of people don't know this. It's not like family law where we need $10,000 up front for even me to get started. You don't have to pay us anything. But then I don't want you. But then some clients get mad at the end of the case when I took a $180,000 fee on their $560,000 settlement. They're mad, and then I have to show them the contract, and then we have to go through it. Every once in a while, they don't want to pay their lawyer, and I've had a client that fired me and my co-counsel all because he didn't want to pay us, and then he sends an email to the defense saying, "Now's the best time to settle because I don't have lawyers and I won't have to split the money." So we filed an intervention, and we're seeing what happened. He fired us because he didn't want to pay us.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like
wow.
The earlier it gets, the longer the representation goes, the harder it is to fire me. Once I put down $30,000 of my own money and we're walking into court and pick the jury, you can't say you're fired. It's too late.
Right.
You got to fire me at the beginning of the case or fire me for cause.
Cool. We should be able to get a bunch out of those. I think that's how I'm going to be doing these from now on, especially if we
start off with slaying down the law topics and then we do a couple of ad stuff.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the move.
Yeah, so this isn't on the podcast, but so basically we have a hearing, since that settlement is for kids, you don't get the 40% for litigation. Since it's kids, you only get a third, 33%. So we're waiting to see whether we're getting 33 or 35, which is the difference. It's 1.2 million versus 1.4. So once I get that check and I pay my taxes and we pay off some bills, we're going to start a CCTV campaign with Jay.
Cool,
so
man.
We're going to be using all this stuff because CCTV is the way to go now. I'm not wasting my money on Google anymore. It's just so expensive and I get nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of gone the way of the dodo.
For the calls you get, even if you're bidding to pay $500 a click, I don't want to pay $500 a click for somebody that calls me and then got in a car wreck but is not hurt. I just wasted $500.
Right.
If you even get that luck, and the local service ads are the biggest ripoffs. It's changing. It's all about AI now.
I know, dude.
I've been with Kyber since the beginning. Since I first started my firm, I remember when I first met Jay, I was embarrassed. I kind of ghosted him the first time because I couldn't afford him at the time.
Sure.
But then eventually I was, and we used him.